Hi, my name is Gary Hayes. My wife Paula and I are missionaries and pastors. In 2005, we sold our house. We sold our cars. We gave up our careers as a response to a spiritual nudge from God and traveled to Thailand. Now, we thought we would be missionaries there for a year. However, it turned to 15. While we were there, we received a second nudge, and this one was to begin a ministry called Think Small. We had no experience with kids, but 14 years later, over 600,000 people in 8 nations have come to Christ, and 83% of them have entered discipleship. Yeah, we really believe in the nudges of God. Simply by saying yes, great miracles can happen. Now, we have been blessed to speak in many countries, 14, and would love to share this encouraging message with your church. This video includes highlights of that message we call The Power of Yes, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, feel free to contact us for a possible visit. God bless you. If anybody here has felt a tug by the Holy Spirit, and you're not sure if you're qualified to respond to that tug, maybe there's a sense of calling you have, you think you're too young, you think you're too old, you haven't had the seminary background or the business background, there's something in there. I'm telling you, you've got everything you need with Christ.
But that was the way I hired people. You know, when I hired people, I found out all about them to fit them in the proper role. But you know, God doesn't work that way. Did you ever notice God never calls us to our comfort zone?
When Jesus went and ascended, he said, one thing I want you to do before I arrive in heaven, I'd like to have you 11 go out and disciple every nation in the world. Can you imagine? You're one of the 11. And the one person who knew how to do all that is just leaving the... But I am here to tell you that the person that's sitting in your very seat right now, that commission is for you. That commission is for all of us.
There are those times when we really know that the voice of God is spoken in our life. The hardest thing is to not respond. You know, we're always talking about respond to the voice, the whisper. But the hardest thing is resist it when you know it's from God. We have to deal with all that stuff inside.
And she said, I can't believe you told me that. The Lord has spoke to me in exactly the same way. So I sort of fibbed and said, yeah, honey, I kind of felt maybe you felt the same thing.
I remember calling him up. And I thought, wow, I've just done this extreme thing. I've quit my job. He doesn't even know I'm interested in being a missionary. I probably should tell him. And
I look at the world a little bit like we look at this house. There's a house on fire. Can you feel it?
Unless we can get into the level of where the belief system is rooted in the spiritual belief system of the heart, we're going to be chasing these problems forever.
Spiritual problems require spiritual solutions. If we discover that these problems that we see are spiritual problems, then it only makes sense that we need a spiritual solution.
We developed a ministry called Think Small, and here's the mission statement: producing new young followers of Christ, new young followers of Jesus to transform nations.
Satan has declared war on the souls of our children. He's given us every tool to defeat him. The only way we lose is to not be engaged.
According to Matthew, the book of Matthew, what good is it if everyone's drug-free, if everyone's safe from trafficking, but lose their soul? Kids who don't have that sense of love, acceptance, and security at home will find it somewhere else. Right now is when people are actually asking the right questions. They're saying, what is real? What is true? Show me something that I can believe in right now. Right now is our time, church. Right now is our time. With our family, with our friends, right now. Because we have the answer to bring peace to the land and transformation to our communities.